We're just a few hours before the time when Santa's going to be loading that sleigh and heading out on that big long journey around the world on Christmas Eve. Now, being a scientist, I got curious about how this actually happens. How does those reindeer help Santa get all the way around the world and deliver those toys to good little boys and girls? So I started looking up some facts about reindeer. One of the first things I found was that historians have reported that reindeer have been domesticated or been used kind of like horses by man for over 5,000 years. Now, Santa's no spring chicken himself, so there's no doubt in my mind that they know how to get around and they're not going to get lost on Christmas Eve. And perhaps you're worried even more about whether those reindeer will get enough to eat to make that long journey. So again, let's go take a look at the science. Reindeer are ruminants. They're just like cattle in that regard. That means they have 4 compartments to their stomach. Now, the nutritionists here at Oklahoma State University have studied cattle for years and know that if they're fed roughage or forage, something like hay, then that hay takes longer to digest than something like grain. Now, how do these reindeer fly? I got to admit, that's the toughest one. But again, let's do a little research and see if we can figure this out. One of the things that I looked up was from the University of Alaska. They showed that a baby reindeer at 1 day of age can outrun their fastest graduate student. By the time it's an adult, just think how much speed they can build up. Reindeer are not like our white-tailed deer we have here in Oklahoma. These reindeer have antlers that are at least about 4 feet long when they're full grown. Each reindeer has 2. Each one of those is 4 feet long, so every reindeer has 8 foot of antler span. Now, Santa's going to use 8 reindeer on a clear Christmas Eve. He's going to use Rudolph, makes 9 if it's a foggy Christmas Eve. That means that there's someplace between 64 and 72 feet of antler span that they can use to get the lift to get them up off the ground. Well, as I look through all of this information about reindeer, I've come to the conclusion that they can make that flight all the way around the world, that they can deliver those presents. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and go to bed early on Christmas Eve, and I'm going to stay asleep because I don't want Santa to miss my house this year, and I think that's a good idea for you as well. And like Santa would say, Merry Christmas to all, and to all, a good night.